so crazy seeing us like this. Like, are our faces the same?
Our
Like, look at
faces?
our cheeks. Look at our cheeks and our
A
nose.
little bit, a little bit. I have, like, a slant right here.
Yeah,
I
me
don't know
too.
what it is. I have, like, the weirdest little, like, divot, but yeah.
You're
Wait, this
welcome.
Hey, mom, just giving you a call. Just thought I'd check in, so how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. What's been going on with you?
Okay, so I have literally been going all over the country on the record watch with Caitlin Clark. So I've been
Yeah.
to Nebraska, Iowa City, Minnesota, Iowa City, Des Moines. Um, it's been super chaotic, but it's also
Mm,
been super cool to see the craze and the fervor around a woman playing basketball. It's
yeah,
really fun.
yeah, she's all over the X or Twitter or whatever. I
Have you been into it? Are you and your friends into it, like your age group of people?
not well, not like well, kind of. It's, yeah, kind of. Not like in a, like, every, like, 5 minutes we're talking about it, but, like, it's kinda like, "Oh, you heard about Caitlin Clark? Yeah, oh, yeah, we've heard about that. Oh, wow, that's crazy," and then that's kinda it, but, like, it is out there. People are talking about it, so that's good.
Do I get any cool mom points because I got my picture with Travis Scott this
You do,
weekend?
you do.
Did you see that?
Not as many as Chance the Rapper, but I do give that one it is up there.
And he was like, I'm friends with Caitlin. And I was dying because I'm like, Caitlin Clark is from this tiny community. She's not even from Des Moines, Iowa. She's from West Des Moines, Iowa, which is 8 miles away from the Des Moines airport. And I'm like, what world are we living in that Travis Scott is her friend, showing up at her games? Um,
Yeah.
you're too young to know who Nolan Ryan is. He was a very famous
Mhm,
pitcher back in the day. And then
mhm.
President Biden tweeted about her the next morning. And I'm just like, what world are we living in? West Des
That
Moines,
is
Iowa on the map.
that is bizarre. But I mean, President Biden, let's get into it. He's not doing any of those tweets.
Well,
He's not.
uh,
He's just not doing any of those
do
tweets.
you think he has to approve them? I don't really know how that works, to be honest. Are you doing
No.
your own tweets? Is anyone tweeting for you?
I wish somebody was tweeting for me. You've seen my Twitter. I can't even think of my threads is what my Twitter probably should be, or X, I guess, but where it's just random thoughts. Because I'm not a political figure, but like I feel like most of these people have a guy, they have a person, especially political people.
I would imagine that's true. I still do all my own tweets for better or for worse. You're still doing all your own tweets. You're not there yet where you're hiring like PR people.
I've tried to hire it out a couple of times, but it turned out weird. They were asking for money, and I didn't think that was cool. So
Okay.
I was giving them a cool opportunity to reach a new audience, and they just weren't taking it. But it's fine.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, how has your stand-up stuff been going? I know you had a show and you've
Yeah.
got another couple shows coming up. Are there any good mom jokes? I was hoping there was maybe some good mom jokes.
What was the one? Because I mean, the way I've been doing it is just like I don't. It's not all completely written out. I have certain jokes that are like completely taught, like ABC. I have a not word for word perfect, but pretty perfect. But there's one I changed just because of I heard a couple of other comedians ahead of me, and their stuff was similar to about dads. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna focus as much on that stuff. So I changed it to I'm half black, half white. I'm from Utah. And my name's McKylin. If that doesn't tell you I have a white mom, I don't know what does.
Oh,
Because
is
it's a
that a
made
white
up name.
mom name?
I
Huh?
feel like that's a white women like to just make stuff up.
Mm.
But that's not all. That's not no. I feel like that's pretty much as moms in general. I feel like moms are just like I'm Shadon Treyas. Like they're just gonna make a name up.
I've always had a soft spot in my heart for moms who make up names because, like, I just didn't want to be boring. I guess I wanted to be creative. Has it bothered you to have a creative name?
I mean, for the most part, I go by a nickname. It hasn't bothered me, but it is out of out of just like ease, I go by a nickname most of the time.
Okay, wow. We've really literally never talked about this. Do you
I know.
do you hate the name that I gave you?
No, I love the name. It's great for like doing stand up, like somebody says it, or like I write it out all the time. I'm very fine with my name, but like when it comes to just like interpersonal stuff, or like when you're meeting a new group of people, I usually just do Mac.
So your name is McKylin,
McKylin.
McKylin. I legit
Is
did
it
make
wrong?
it up. Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
McKylin Jordan Del Rowe.
and okay, so there's a story behind this. My whole name is Holly Rowe. And that has always really bothered me that I didn't have a middle name. Like I have middle name envy, like jealousy, to the point like when I was in college, I was a huge, obviously Michael Jordan fan because your name is McKylin Jordan Del Rowe.
Mhm.
And I was graduating from the University of Utah right when the Bulls were making their very first championship run. So
Yeah.
they could never get past the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. That was the era of the bad boys. And I know you were not alive, but I made you watch The Last Dance. So I know you're up on some of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And they finally got past the Detroit Pistons for the first time ever. And I was graduating from college like that week or the next week. And so when you graduate from college, the commencement, you're in this big auditorium. You hand in an index card and you write your name on it, and you walk
Mhm.
up on the stage and hand it to the announcer as you go across the stage, so the announcer knows who's who. And so I wrote in. I literally walked across the stage, graduated from the University of Utah as Holly Bulls Rowe, because
Bulls
Bulls.
Row.
Yeah, that's how I graduated from college. And I love it because that was my middle name that I gave myself in that moment.
Bulls Row.
Holly Bulls Rowe. And on my VHS cassette, that the family's in the stands, and my Grandma
Just
Maggie was
mortified.
like, "What did they just call her?" Like everybody was like, "What did they just call her?"
Yeah.
But
Is that
anyway, so
Grandma
that's a
Buck?
long story of why you have two middle names, because I have always been sad I didn't have middle names.
That's fair. Is that Grandma Buck that was
Grandma
there?
Rowe, Grandma
Grandma
Rowe.
Rowe? Oh,
So you're named after Michael Jordan and my father, Del Rowe. So congratulations, McKylin Jordan Del Rowe. So what's your nickname that you just mac to everybody?
Mac. Just Mac. Yeah. But I mean, it is a fun little, I don't know if you call it like party trick or like anecdote of saying like, oh, well, guess what my other names are? And then like, guess why? You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's my little game I play, when you're doing small talk, it's if I'm not enjoying the small talk, I kind of just revert to that, you know?
I had an idea. We're doing this podcast, and
Yeah.
I love it because I think we have a really fun, cute relationship. What
Which
do you think? We try. I think we really do try hard.
yeah.
Um, and I didn't hear a lot of moms and sons talking about their relationships and like how they navigate stuff and what they're doing. So I thought we
No,
could have a little fun.
it's a bold move on both of our parts, but why not?
Hey, and it's so funny because every time you would call me and we have these deep conversations, I'm like, I think we're hilarious.
Yeah.
So am I wrong or am I right? I don't know.
I think you're right, but we're
TBD.
but
We shall
actually
see.
this brings me to something I wanted to talk about. Okay. Do you think this is a two-parter? Okay. Do you think that we're narcissists? A. And B, do you think that it's genetic?
Hey,
Because
we are not narcissists. And here's
Mhm,
why I know that. I
mhm,
care way too much about other people and making other people happy. I would say, if anything, we're the opposite. We are people pleasers. I have raised you to be a people pleaser. I am a people pleaser. I am the queen of like, oh, I'll dance through 25 hoops to make sure that you feel good and happy. So no, we're not narcissists. But alongside of that, I do find you very entertaining. So maybe it's more so that of like, I think
yeah,
you're hilarious.
and I think you're funny, so I'm like, is do we just like are we just like, "Ooh, we're great."
No, I don't think we're narcissists, but I do think
Maybe
it's
self-centered.
interesting. No, 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 not self-centered, just maybe we can share stuff with other people that are going through similar things. Like I always love hearing other podcasts or other ideas of, oh, how do you do it? How do you do it? So,
Yeah.
on that line, one thing I wanted to talk about was, so when you were a little kid, um, full disclosure, we're obsessed with movies. You were obsessed with
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite movies when you were young was, I think it was Ryan Reynolds. Am I right about this? Chaos Theory? Was it early Ryan
Okay.
Reynolds?
So we did not like the movie. We did
I
not.
did.
No, because remember we thought it was going to be a comedy, and then it was like super. We liked the idea, but it was super serious, and it was about him like killing
Oh,
himself. Do you remember that?
oh, I only remember the happy parts,
Yeah.
apparently. Okay, so
There you
I'm
go.
putting it
This
on
is
my
why this
list of
show
things
works.
to do. Rewatch Chaos Theory. But you must have been, I don't know what, 10 years old, 7 years old.
What was that? 2007? Yeah, I was like 12.
So we started doing Chaos Theory, which we would, so like, let's say it's a Saturday and we have time and we're going to go do something. We would each write down 3 things, put them in a hat and draw it out. And we would do Chaos Theory. Like 3 things you want to do, 3 things I want to do. And whoever gets picked out of the hat, that's what we did that day. And
Yep.
we've literally done that now for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Close to 20 years. So I was wondering if you'd be up for a little Chaos Theory on the podcast today.
I am totally down.
Okay. So I wrote down 3 topics on sticky notes that I thought would be fun to talk about. Have you?
I have also written down 3. Yes.
Okay. So I gotta get a hat. I didn't bring my hat, but you've got your hat.
My hair's insane, but
Ooh, okay. All right. So
that's why we almost didn't do the podcast today, because I was like,
your hair was so bad.
Well, I was
Oh, wow.
walking to the haircut place, and you're like, "Can we do it a little earlier?" And I was like,
Veer. As
yeah,
we
what
can
do
see, it does look fun. I'm going to say it looks fun.
I just need to get it needs a trim. It's a little much.
Okay. That's another topic for another podcast, is your hair journey. That might be funny. Okay. So I'm pulling mine out right now. Are you ready? Are you pulling yours out?
I got it. Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Sure.
Go first.
Here's what we got. I pulled out aliens. If you can see that. Aliens.
Okay. And I have pulled out Instagram girlfriend. Okay, so you go first. What was your topic you wanted to get to?
Well, now I'm interested in the Instagram girlfriend. That's more.
So should we start with mine? Okay.
Let's start with yours, and then mine's fun.
I've had an awkward situation this week, and I don't know if you're going to like this conversation, but I wanted to run it by you because it's real.
Conversation.
Okay. So you have a cute girlfriend, somewhat new, but you're smitten. Fair to say? Full disclosure, smitten. So of course, like any good mother, I started following her on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, we won't say any names. We're going to keep it all private. But I'm like, oh, she's so cute. I'm obsessed with her. She seems like a go-getter, like all the things. Love her.
Yeah.
But I act, like I'm pushing through stories. And you know how you're just on Instagram and you just kind of up through the stories. Yeah. And she had posted a super hot 10 out of 10, super hot picture of her in a bathing suit.
Yeah.
That was bootylicious.
Booty out.
Booty was out.
Yeah.
First of all, it's magnificent. But I was like, should your mother know how good your girlfriend's booty is? That's my question for the podcast today.
It's okay. My initial thought is the commenting on the girlfriend's butt is a little bit like, ugh, but
it was accidental. I saw it on accident.
It's been put out there. But I do one time there was a girl I was talking to that you met her, and you're like, she doesn't have a nice enough butt. Like she just does not have a nice enough butt for you.
I said this years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember you were just like, she seems nice. What does she do? Blah 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 blah. I was like, blah blah blah. And then you were like, well, her butt's not that good though. Her butt's not good enough.
I am a psycho. In my defense, I'm a butt person, and I like we both have cute butts.
We
Am
have
I
big
right?
butts. Yeah,
We
got
have big
We
butts. And
cannot
so
lie.
like, I just don't know if we can bring someone into the family that doesn't have a good butt. And then we have grandchildren. I have grandchildren that have bad butts.
Sure.
Like is that weird?
Here's the thing. We're either blessing the women that come from our family with big butts, or we're cursing the man with big butts. Because having a big butt as a guy, they don't make, and it's not a curse in any. It's a curse because they don't make pants. I have ripped.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. We're
you
going on a
have
little.
ripped a lot of pants. I will say this. I have seen a lot of rips in your
Yeah.
pants.
I have ripped 3 pairs of pants this past week.
This past week.
And the most annoying
How?
part is,
Give me one example of how you did it.
I've been losing weight, right? And somehow, despite having gone down in weight, I have ripped the pants ripping has gone up.
How do you do it? Okay, paint the picture.
So the first rip number 1 was I was walking to the train and I was in a hurry, and I don't think my belt was really that tight, so they kind of like hiked up. It was just like an awkward kind of situation, running down the stairs, moving around, you know. And then I sat down on the train a little wide legged. Like I sat down just a little too wide, and then the train seats are low. So by the time my butt hit the seat, my knees were up a little too high and my legs were a little too wide. And so naturally, right down the middle, full blowout.
Were you clothed underneath? Please.
Of course. Always.
Okay, good.
Never.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't trust New York well enough to just be sitting.
Yeah, I was just imagining you bare-butted on a New York subway seat, and that wasn't a good picture.
No way. I don't want anything hanging out. But then the second time,
I was thinking more germs, but hanging out's bad too. Yeah.
Both. I don't want those germs on there. That's horrible. That's fine. But then the second one was I went to a friend's house and we were all chatting. There's a couple of us there. We're all shooting the shit. A couple of people sit on the ground and they're like, "Oh, Mac, you take this seat." And it was like a really low kind of angled chair. And so I went down and I was holding stuff. I went down to sit, so it's all butt. And the chair was like, it was probably about this far off the ground. The chair, those weird, like, kind of like decorative chairs that people have.
Like a poof, probably a poof. We call those poofs.
Yeah, like a poof.
Yeah.
And as I got my butt down to the chair, my knees were up to like my boob, and it just blew open. Blew them up.
Did people see it? Did your friends see it?
Luckily, no, but I did immediately tell them. So.
Oh, right. Okay. Well.
Yeah. I was just like, "Oh my God, guys, I think I just ripped another pair of pants." And then the third one was I was just running up some stairs and I tried to do a double stare. And that one made sense.
Classic. Yeah.
They were old.
So it's funny you say that because like my whole life, I always, like I had a big butt. I still have a big butt. And I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny, but I won't. Okay. But anyway, it's come into vogue and I've been so grateful for this craze that big butts are in style now. So I finally, after my whole life of hating my big butt, I'm finally like, this is real. So I'm pretty proud of it.
I'm worried though, because it's been a good run for big butts.
You think it's going to go out of style?
I think it's going to go. I think the big butts are on the downtrack because we got like Zendaya's. She's
very slender, athletic build.
And then we got the Sydney Sweeney's where it's big up top, not much down low. So like I think maybe there's going to be that, the pendulum was over here and it's going to swing
back. Oh, well, I'm enjoying the big butt craze right now. I do like a big butt on a man, so I don't think you should be ashamed of what you're walking around with. But
not ashamed. But it's more of the clothing that's.
I got you.
Yeah.
We got it. I'll send you some stretchy pants. I'm going to find some cute stretchy pants and send you that.
The only pants that have lasted through COVID weight gain, bartending weight gain, and weight loss have been the Lululemons. I don't know if we can. Okay. Can we make them a sponsor because they have been tried. I have a pair of Lululemon pants that are probably 14 years old.
We got to circle back. This is my question of the day? Yep. Should mothers follow your girlfriend on Instagram in general, not just you, everybody, for the world?
You know what? I'll speak for uh, the other fellas, I don't post enough on Instagram already, and I know, I mean, this is why we're doing the podcast because we try to talk as much as possible, but moms always want more and more and more and more and more, and I feel like
Mhm.
girlfriends, they post more.
And it fills a need for me. You're completely
Exactly,
right. It
exactly.
does.
So, like, you'll be like, "Oh, I know where he was because in that photo, he was with her that night," you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny because when you come up in my feed on Instagram, it's like a phone call or it's like a, oh, there he is. And I click on, like it is a real
Yeah,
thing, but it's a new world for parents and kids and Instagram. And
I can't
all
imagine
right, so
being
you're okay if I follow her.
you're not already following?
I mean, I'm just saying you're okay. Of course I am. That's how I saw the
Yeah, I
booty,
was gonna
but
say.
okay.
Yeah,
And then I guess just my last thing would be congratulations. She's smoking hot and I
she's
think
hot.
she's adorable. Yeah.
She's a hot
So
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes
Okay.
you gotta you punch up every now and again, and that's the key to life is just remember, just keep punching because eventually you get up.
They're there. Oh, in football, there's a term you outkicked your coverage, which
I
I know you
outkick
don't.
I
Yeah, punt.
outkick my coverage pretty regularly. I think it's because it's a goal in my life. It
Okay.
means there's a lot of whiffs. There's a lot of wide, the wind catches it all over the place, but you gotta always try to outkick your coverage.
Okay, good. It's not good in football, but
It's
we'll
batting
get to
it's
that
batting
too in another podcast because I'm a sports person. You're not really a sports person.
No, no, I'm not. No, I'm a
Okay, but we'll get
super
to that. We'll get to that
super
down the road.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you've got the thumbs up. Let's go to your topic, aliens. Where
Okay,
were you headed with
alien.
that?
I just thought this would be hilarious to either fill you in on or talk to you about this at all. Have you been paying attention to it at all?
And I just told you I've been in 25 cities in the last 2 weeks on Caitlin
No,
Clark Watched.
it's on the
She's the only alien I'm worried about right now.
it's on the
Scoring
internet, you know?
alien.
You're sitting there just Googling and then maybe it pops in there. No?
I
It's
can't
not in
say that
your
the aliens have run across the timeline.
it's not in
What's
your
happening?
algorithm? Okay. There's been so much like disclosure about the aliens. I'm not book smart on any of this, but it's been fat. It's just like so many different opinions and so many like classified documents by the CIA saying like they did know about it. And so many, it's just like come to light all of this information. Nobody talks about it. Like the fact you're a pretty well read person. It's not anywhere. And it blows my mind.
The only thing I saw was from earlier this summer. There was some kind of a hearing, and I heard one testimony of a man say they were like, "Was the specimen human?" And the guy was like, "It was not."
Yeah.
Like that's literally all I've heard. And then I feel like it went away. So where do we stand on the aliens? Are
They're
they
real.
real?
For sure. There's for sure something. There's for that's I don't know what because the internet is scary and I'm not that brave, but like there's something going on with aliens and it's pretty crazy. I know that they've apparently allegedly they've recovered crafts and
Oh,
they've reverse engineered technology from them, all kinds of stuff. So that's
okay.
I wanted to hear your thoughts on like what do you believe in?
I think I do believe in aliens
You do?
because I don't believe that we are the only life form in a interplanetary system of
Yeah.
billions of light years and beyond. Like, I don't think we can say we're the only anything.
Yeah.
What
I mean
about you?
that's smart. Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. That's just because it's more fun. Who wants to be just us and like animals? It's boring.
Yeah.
You know?
I am worried that like every movie that comes out, like you've been obsessed with Men in Black your whole life. Like you dressed up as Will Smith for
Yeah.
Halloween. Like you've been a
Yeah.
Men in Black fan your whole life.
One of the best
Um,
movies of all time.
yeah, you had a neuralizer as a kid, by the way. Remember
Yeah.
we bought you a neuralizer and all
I
of
don't know
that?
where that thing went, but I'm very sad about it.
Yeah, we'll get you a new one. But all the movies kind of depict them as these scary creatures. What if they're friendly and just smarter than us and help us be better? I would
That
say
I
I would be worried about, given the current state of our country, just accepting each other and people who are different than us. I think I would be a little concerned about the reception the aliens will get. But hey,
that was that was one of my favorite little conspiracies that I like stumbled on with the whole thing. Was there's some people that think that they're gonna use aliens to like bring everybody together.
In in what way?
Like a common enemy, you know? Like instead
Oh, a
of we,
common
like
enemy. Oh, it
exactly
unites the humans.
against
Oh,
against the aliens, which I was like, that would be
I think that might be good for humanity. Yeah.
something. Um,
Okay.
but I don't want to fight against an alien. That'd be bad.
I'd like to get to know them first and see if they're good or bad.
But what if
I,
they're like,
I'll,
what if they're ugly? If it was an ugly alien, would you start fighting first, or would you ask questions? If it looked like the alien from Aliens,
I mean, if they have big, scary teeth, I probably wouldn't stop for a chat. If they were like ET, I think I'd be into it.
it's tough. I feel like I would be a little bit more aggressive with the ET one because I'd be like, what? Because they're so humanoid. Aliens shouldn't be humanoid. That would make me question him more because I'm like, what have you done?
You're
Why do
too
you look?
close to us. You're not far away enough from us. Huh.
Yeah, like, the
All
alien from
right.
Aliens, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'm misjudging, but I'm gonna keep a distance. But the ET one, I'd be like, what did you do that you look like my grandma? What's going on?
That was creepy. Your voice just went
Because
creepy right when you said that. So now maybe you've invited the aliens here. So before I let you go, what's up for
okay,
this week? What do you got going on?
what do I got going on this week? Let's bring up the old sketch. This week, I have a lot of auditions. A lot of
Oh,
auditions.
good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. That's why I needed to go get the haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I took yesterday to kind of like relax, and then, well, not relax. I went and saw
Oh,
Dune 2,
I
which
feel like we need a movie segment on this podcast. Should we get to that
we,
next time?
we do.
Okay. We'll
Okay,
we'll have our chaos theory, a movie segment. I like it
and then just
because I think that is our love language is movies for sure.
it very much is. I don't recommend Dune 2 to you because I don't think you'll like it.
Yeah. So you've got auditions coming up, and
Tons of,
then what
tons
else?
of auditions. I got trivia, and then getting ready for next week. I'm going to a film festival in Atlanta.
Oh, good. Oh, the
Yeah.
Independent Film Festival, right?
Yep. So I've just
Okay.
been
So
trying to
McKylin is an
research
actor.
that.
He's written some scripts. He's been in a couple
Yeah.
of movies. He's trying to get the acting thing. I'm very excited. It seems like there's going to be some cool opportunities for you in that indie film festival.
Yeah, we should see. So I'm just making sure to polish everything up, get all my scripts and everything ready. So it's a lot of writing, not as much fun, but a lot of just sitting at my computer, staring at scripts, rereading and reading and reading and reading and reading and reading and reading.
That's good though. Anything I
Yeah.
can help you with?
Mm. No.
Obviously, some new pants are going to be on
Yeah.
the agenda.
Yeah. I gotta buy some new pants.
Okay.
I have a decent amount of pants, but you know, more just like it's the casual pants, like
Casual, stretchy pants.
the in
What
between,
size?
like
What size?
what?
What size?
Ooh, 36 waist,
What length?
36, 34.
36, 34. All right, I'm on it. Casual, stretchy pants for my big booty baby.
Big booty baby. That's me. Okay, so what are you doing this week?
Okay, I have got Utah Jazz stuff going on. We had a good game against Washington Wizards, good comeback win. Got the Chicago Bulls coming into town,
Mhm.
secret Bulls fan, so trying not to let people know that. And then I've got the Pac 12 Women's Basketball Championship. We've got
Got it.
game day, women's basketball college game day on Sunday.
Okay.
And then just getting ready for March Madness. Have a lot of jazz games and getting ready for March Madness. Working on a Caitlin Clark feature
Yep.
for March Madness and 75 other projects. So that's me.
Million things. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
What can I help you with?
I just love when you call me. So thank you for calling me today. It makes me happy.
That's why we made a podcast out of it, so that way we
Yeah.
can't miss it.
Because I think pretty much I can say with almost a certainty. Now, there might be some moms who don't, but every mother loves when her son calls. So thank you for calling me today.
Yes, of course. Thank you. I love you, Mom.
Love you, honey. Bye bye.